It's let's see. I'm at 26, and we'll see.
I need another car, another driving check, by the way.
That's really good. So all in all, that should deal
8
9
damage.
points of 9.
Oh,
It's
Oh.
not a glitch.
but
Oh,
it's
there it is.
that's no successes. I'll write.
Let's see, I'll have to use my... I can add dice, right? I don't have to reroll.
You have to no, you add dice on the ones you failed, so the total dice pool increases when you pause stage.
You can do it in different kinds of ways. I think you can do it.
I thought it was just one that you don't reroll, you just roll 3 extra dice, for example. So the total dice pool is higher.
Oh, Sax, actually, you need to add another 2 to the first one and another 2 to this one in terms of damage, because it takes 2 additional blocks of damage for each mark I have on the target, which means, yeah.
What I'm going to do is push the limit of postage, which is add the dice pool, the edge pool to the dice pool, and then there's second chance, which is the thing we've been calling post edge, where you re-roll the fails.
Yeah.
Push the limit adds dice, second chance re-rolls the dice.
So what do you do with edge?
Push the limit, which adds 4 dice to the pool.
Roll that shit, family. Yeah. The car, it succeeded. It's on its second here. It got 5 hits against your matrix damage.
Okay.
So it removed 5 from what damage you do.
Still takes 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it would be 6 points because of the mark.
So he takes 6
And-
damage more.
Yeah, and earlier in the other one, he would have taken 7 because we forgot to include the mark I had on it.
Yep. Increase your guard score by 3d6. You can see that its operating system and everything inside it is borderline malfunctioning at this point. But I'll write it up.
How much gold score can you have?
40, and I'm at 40, and I need to jack out soon. If I reach if I reach a god score of 40, something really bad happens. So luckily, 36. Luckily,
It's still up to the game's. It's still up to the game's description, though.
is it?
Yeah, it's 40 is the stamina limit, but other less fucking terrifying things can happen below 40.
Okay.
Well, 40 is when the shit really hits the fan, and you're basically like fucked.
They might fry your brain through your device, for example.
Yeah.
Basically executing you through the matrix because you've done so many illegal actions.
Yeah.
That you're obviously there to hurt somebody.
Yeah. Luckily, just getting out of the matrix is super simple. All you really have to do is sorry, it's a basic action to just remove your marks and just and jack out and turn off your and reset. So basically, I got to spend a turn just like resetting my hardware, and then I can go back into it.
Oh, good.
But that also resets all your marks.
I know. But I mean, I only have one anyway, so.
It's spammed. Your vision and deck is spammed by requests that are in the way of everything. See it as like very invasive, like mass spam pop-ups.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. Like blocking everything. Gets in the way of your work. They're basically asking for a public mark. Not trying to invade your device. You hear that eerie failure to comply, suspect is resetting device. Everybody in the car hear this from your deck. As it turns off.
What?
Oh no.
Reset your god score. And all your marks.
Okay. So not once it's
But at that point, Miss Chingit needs to make another driving check.
Yeah. Oh boy. Another push.
Oh boy.
Why does T have a worse ability driving?
Because he's very wounded.
Yeah.
I only have 5 regulars, so it's not a lot. I'm not a getaway driver, this is like a fucking normal ass car.
The police car actually gets closer.
No.
So can Pascal finish the job?
What?
I'm asking Sax if Pascal can finish the job.
Well, the thing you have now is, what does Ferret want to do? Try to do some fancy driving between the streets, or does he just want to try to speed away from it, or like try to find a place to do a getaway stunt?
Oh no, don't offer the thrill seeker a chance to do something dangerous.
I mean, this would be the perfect place
rift,
to do
though.
stunt shit, because the enemy will not be as good as stunting. I hope.
And before we see a composure roll, oh no.
Well, there's a construction site.
Oh,
Let's fucking go!
Like there's a construction site like 300 meters straight ahead if you don't go anywhere, and it's those kind of open construction sites where they haven't,
Well,
completed the first thing.
we'll be able to lose them if you just give Pask a bit more time to brick the car.
That wouldn't take 300 meters for you to, matrix action. So we'll see on your next matrix action if he.
Yeah, you guys are driving pretty fast, even if Ferret's car isn't the fastest car.
Yeah.
You've been accelerating like in a straight line for quite some time now. But yes, you can go ahead and attempt your shit. You still need to make a mark again.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't have to put them. Actually,
Yes.
I got that wrong.
Yes, you have. When God says you to if God forces you to reset your device, you lose all marks, and that's just how it works. If you reset your
But I don't need a mark on something in order to data spike it.
no,
That
but
was
you
my-
place a mark on it as you data spike it. Or okay, if I understand it correctly, you can add you can set a mark to it, but if you don't, you are subject to noise, which means it's a huge dice pool because you don't have a mark and it's.
All right. I'm a place a mark on it. Just a mark.
Brute force or
Just hacking because that's better.
so the sneaky way.
That's really bad.
that feel when I have a higher pilot groundcraft dice pool than Tingit or than Ferret, and by that I mean by 1.
But
Why can no one in this party drive?
Thing it usually has 5.
What?
Well, Ferret, you do.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
In which case, why can none of us fucking drive?
Because he's wounded.
Pascal is a better driver than him right now.
Woo.
Oh, fuck off.
No.
I'll try.
Do it, Ferret. You know there's that voice in your head saying, hey, fuck it, maybe I will die, but it'll be worth it.
I live, I die, I live again. It's
I died, but it was cool!
Shiny and chrome.
oh my god. Ferret as a war boy.
He'd do it. You know he would.
Okay, fuck.
Roll 4d6 God score.
Like to point out that I am slowly trying to piece this shit together, and every time a new term comes in with this hack and shit, I'm like, what?
Okay, so
Baby
when you
monitor?
okay,
I
so
was like, the fuck?
TLDR super quick. When you're using a public grid, basically like the grid that most things are connected to, like not some corporate special hidden super grid, there's like different district overwatch units that basically make sure no illegal activity happens on the net, and they specifically monitor hacking attempts and stuff like that. And the police obviously have their own Overwatch unit for their police cars and police communications on the public grid because it covers so much of the place. And every time he does an illegal action and gets caught or does it publicly,